So if you watched the video previously, it's raining. It's still raining right now, so we'll see how it handles. So speed limit says 25. I would never drive this fast through here right now. Slowed it down to 15, which is more of a manageable speed through here. Just an entryway to a park, so nothing crazy, but either way, I wouldn't feel comfortable driving 25 through there. So
in 500 feet, turn right onto Shields Road.
we toned it down, and we'll see how this does. And there's the notification again, poor weather detected. But it did that on the last trip and was still able to handle the drive just fine. So we have a stop sign, cross traffic. There's a couple cars to my left. Doing a good job slowing down. There's a mini gap I wouldn't go. Okay, it sees the vehicle, that's good. So after this car on the left, we should be good to go. Rolling forward. It should go, or it should have gone a while ago. I'm just letting it do its thing because there's no traffic. It took its time getting out of there. Didn't do anything wrong, but in the sense, if there was a car behind me, I'd probably be a little upset that my lead car wasn't going. So
in 500 feet, turn right onto West Boulevard.
this is a quick 10-minute trip. Shouldn't be anything too complicated. This right-hand turn is sharper than a 90-degree turn.
Now turn right onto West Boulevard.
See how it handles it. Looks like just fine. Awesome. But yeah, pretty straightforward trip. More residential area. We'll end up getting on to the main strip here in town, and we'll be at our destination. So yeah, one thing that Elon did mention on Twitter, and I'm curious to see if he's going to follow through with it. Someone asked about posting the release notes for the updates as they come out. He did say he intended on getting them released this time around. He said that before, and he or the team delivered one time before. A lot of it was pretty technical talk in the sense of, for the end user, it didn't really make much sense. But I'm curious to see again if release notes are posted and if they're comprehensive enough for your average user to recognize what the changes were. Like something simple as being able to identify cross traffic better, or improved acceleration out of roundabouts, or whatever the more layman's terms may be. So I think that'd go a long way for users in the field and the community to get a better grip on what's changing time in and time out. And like a lot of folks have commented in the past, just because there's a build that's released, it's gonna interpret a scenario differently each time. So just because it handles it one time a certain way does not guarantee it's gonna behave the same way again. So whether it be increasing the probability of success through certain things or just more confidence with the system, I think definitely goes a long way. Yeah, I know over the past couple of videos I've been working on my overlay and layout. I'm trying to do a transparent FSD overlay of the road that I'm driving on, just to give the person watching it a good understanding of what I see or what the camera sees, and then compare it to what FSD is visualizing on the screen. I can never say that word. That's terrible. All right, so we're up to our main street here in town. 4 lanes with a turning lane in the median for both sides. We have a red light. We should have a green left arrow to proceed, plus a lead car, so I'm fairly confident this should handle it just fine. Had a series of beeps right there. I'm not sure what that indicated. I didn't see anything on the screen. I don't know if that maybe has to do with the rain detection or if it's better off now. So I don't know. I don't know what that one was. But yeah, and then in my more recent videos, I started to also overlay the autopilot icon, like the blue steering wheel, along with my posted speed, my speed, and the suggested speed. So all right, I got my green left lead car turning through. It's picked up properly on the display. Cut it a little wide and then cut it sharp to get into the lane. Handled it good, not perfect, but all in all, okay, so it's trying to get over. We got a ways to go to get over, so I don't know why it's insistent on doing it right now. It's indicating the blue cars as far as trying to find a path for me to get over. If it wants to, it has a gap right here. Okay, so it did take it. That's good. Again, if I was driving, I know I still have about 1.5 miles until we get to our destination, but it was, I guess, insistent on making that lane change as early as possible. I would have personally just waited naturally with the flow of traffic until the lane opened up and then got over, or if I was at the end of my destination, then kind of force myself over if necessary. But again, all in all, it handled it well, just different behavior. All right, yellow light, yeah, I would definitely have stopped as well. If you guys hear that rolling around in the back, that's actually a pumpkin and some fruit that's in the back. That's why it's rolling around making that banging. I don't know if you can hear it or not. So yeah, rain seemed to have lightened up a little bit. Still wet, still coming down, light sprinkle. Nothing that as a human would be visually impacted to where I don't feel comfortable driving the normal speed. And autopilot or full self-driving is handling just the same. On the display, it's doing a great job picking up all the vehicles. I do like the most recent changes. I think it was in 10.2 or 10.1 maybe, to where it pulls out when you're stopped at an intersection, so you can kind of get a better sense of the surroundings and the intersecting traffic. So that's nice. It's doing a good job. Green light going through, which is fine. And again, trips like this are normal trips for me in the sense of what I'd be doing, where I'd be going on my day-to-day. I don't have really any freeways or highways to navigate to get from area to area. I know a lot of people's circumstances are different, to where they might have to drive, call it 20 minutes, half hour to get to a neighboring town or whatever. I fortunately have basically everything I normally need day-to-day right here within a 10-15 minute drive, whether it be groceries, shopping, restaurants, or whatnot. So again, I don't really have anything to put the full self-driving program through the paces on. But again, this is doing everything well. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it making different judgments than I would? Sure. But all in all, I think this drive, the past couple of drives, have been good. Don't get me wrong, I'm not relaxed or laxed to where I'm not keeping my hand right on the wheel or ready to take over at a moment's notice, or have my foot ready to put on the brake if necessary. So the alertness is still there, but my personal confidence with what this iteration of full self-driving can do is improving. Just like a new user to autopilot or Teslas in general, you kind of get more comfortable with certain scenarios and behaviors that the car can and can't handle, and you know when to either be more alert or to just do the work for you, whether it be certain turns or certain situations in traffic. So I'm curious right now, if you see on the display, that vehicle, that Equinox on my left, was lit up blue. Okay, so it's making a lane change again. It said changing lanes to follow route. So that makes no sense. Target's going to be on my right side about a half mile away. So it did the work earlier on this main strip to get over into the right lane. I just assumed it would have stayed in that lane. As far as why it felt the need to get back over, I don't know. Should I report that? Not necessarily. I mean, it's different behavior. I wouldn't call that concerning behavior. I guess I would just be questioning the vehicle's judgment on why it felt the need to do that. Again, not the end of the world. We got about 3 minutes left on this trip, half mile until Target. Yeah, I thought that was just a little weird behavior. Again, system's picking up all the vehicles. I do like the most recent change with the brake lights showing on the lead vehicles. That's a neat change. So the system's recognizing, okay, it's a vehicle that is in motion, but it is stopped in front of me. So it helps you identify when compared to, say, a vehicle that's pulled over off to the side of the road that it may have to navigate around. I still do see some use cases where the Tesla will try and go around a vehicle when it's just through the natural flow of traffic. So I'm sure that will improve over time as it gets a better understanding of traffic and the lane conditions and what's going on. So, all right, so I'm curious to see how quickly it'll pick up its need to get back over into the other lane. There's a gap right here on its right, and look at that. Just like that, it read my mind, and it got right over. So that was good. Again, why it felt the need to get over before, I can't answer that. It's not like the vehicle in front of me was at a dead stop or going so slow that I was disrupting the flow of traffic, but in the end,
in 1,000 feet,
it got back over just fine. So that was good. All right, guys, we're gonna end the video in a little bit. We got a little right-hand turn lane, and then we'll go into our shopping center right here, and I'll let you guys go. Okay, it should be getting over, It's not, still confused. Okay, I'm gonna disengage. It didn't do that. I don't know why. It had clear lane markings and should have been able to get over. It just was going too fast and almost to the point of no return. So that was an interesting one. I'm gonna flag that right there, so the team can look at that. But again, I thought it would have been an uneventful end to the video, but again, always gotta be alert, always gotta be attentive. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any feedback, comments, or suggestions on things you want to see or ways to improve the setup, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help however I can. Until next time, have a good rest of your day. Thank you guys. Take care.